Hello, my dear students. Today I'm going to talk about the modal verbs, must and have to. What is the difference between them? In this class today, I'm going to explain that when you are going to use must and when you are going to use have to. So please pay attention to the class for today. Now we have must versus have to. What is the difference between must and have to? So we use must to express personal obligation, to express what the speaker thinks is necessary for you, or express subjective obligation. For example, I must go to bed early. You must answer all the questions. Okay? And have to. When do we use have to? We use have to express impersonal obligation. The subject is obligated or forced to act by a separate external power. For example, the law or school rules. Or to express objective obligation. For example, I have to arrive at work at 9, sure, my boss is very strict. Or in Britain, you can have to drive on the left. Okay, this is about have to. ¿Cuándo vamos a utilizar el must y el have to? El must lo vamos a utilizar para expresar una obligación personal, para expresar lo que la persona que te habla piensa que es necesario hacer, o para expresar algo que es una obligación para ti. Por ejemplo, I must go to bed early. Yo debo ir a la cama temprano. Or, you must answer all the questions. Tú deberías responder todas las preguntas. Es una obligación que tú tienes que hacer, pero es una obligación tuya. No viene una obligación externa, sino algo que tú debes de hacer, porque es una obligación para ti. Y el have to lo utilizamos para expresar una obligación impersonal, algo que viene de afuera. Es una obligación, una fuerza que viene por algo, un poder externo, ya sea por ejemplo las leyes o ya sean por ejemplo las reglas del colegio. ¿Ok? Por ejemplo tenemos I have to arrive at work at 9, sure, my boss is very strict. ¿No? Yo tengo que llegar al trabajo a las 9. Mi jefe Charles es muy estricto. Hay una obligación aquí que te obliga a tener que llegar temprano al trabajo. ¿Por qué? Porque si no, tu jefe es una persona muy estricta y te puede llamar la atención por el trabajo que llegas tarde. O por ejemplo, podemos decir, in Britain, you have to drive on the left. Allá en Inglaterra, tú tienes que conducir a la mano izquierda. ¿Ok? Porque es una obligación, es una ley. En este caso utilizamos have to. Now we have mustn't versus don't have to. And this is the negative form. We have mustn't and we have don't have to. When is a prohibited and is not allowed, in this case you use mustn't. Or it is important that you don't do something. The prohibition can be subjective, the speaker's opinion, or objective. Okay? For example, in the army, you mustn't go out after 9. Or you mustn't drink wine. It's a prohibition. You don't have to do this thing. Okay? And what about don't have to? We use don't have to when there is no an obligation. You are not required to do something, especially if you don't want to do. Okay? For example, you don't have to drive. I can do it. He doesn't have to turn here. He can turn the next intersection. Okay? This is the difference between mustn't and don't have to. Okay? Nosotros vamos a usar mustn't cuando algo es prohibido, cuando algo no está permitido. En este caso utilizamos mustn't. Por ejemplo, en la armada tú no deberías salir después de las 9 de la noche. O en el siguiente ejemplo, you mustn't drink wine. Tú no debes tomar vino. En el caso del don't have to, no es una obligación que tú tengas que hacer. Por ejemplo, tú dices, you don't have to drive, I can do it. Tú no tienes que conducir, yo lo puedo hacer. O sea, no es una obligación que tienes que hacer algo. O por ejemplo, he doesn't have to turn here, he can turn at the next intersection. Él no tiene que cruzar aquí, Él puede hacerlo en la siguiente intersección. No es una obligación. ¿Ok? Sin embargo, en mustn't es algo que no debes hacer, que está prohibido hacerlo. This is the difference between them. Now we have more examples to understand the topic for today. We got must and mustn't. Remember, we use must for an obligation and we use mustn't for a prohibition. Example number 1. We must learn English. Nosotros debemos aprender inglés. Number 2. The dog mustn't bark at night. El perro no debería ladrar en la noche. Number 3. I must do more exercises. Yo debo hacer más ejercicios. Number 4. You must talk to her. Tú deberías hablarle a ella. Number 5. You mustn't spend much money. Tú no deberías gastar mucho dinero. This is about the must and must. Okay? More examples with have to and don't have to. Remember, we use have to for an obligation, but the obligation came from an external power. And don't have to when you don't have to do something that you don't want to do. Okay? Example number 1. I have to go to school. Yo tengo que ir a la escuela. Number 2. My mom has to cook lunch. Mi mamá tiene que cocinar el almuerzo. Number 3. You don't have to call now. Tú no tienes que llamar ahora. Number 4. We don't have to study math. Nosotros no tenemos que estudiar matemáticas. Number 5. She doesn't have to dance hip hop. Ella no tiene que bailar hip hop. Okay? There are more examples about have to and don't have to. Now we are going to put in practice the class for today. Exercise number 1. Fill in the blanks with the affirmative or negative forms of must or have to. Number 1. In this blank space you have to use must or have to. I go to bed early. What is the correct answer for this? Must or have to? So please answer the question number 1. Number 2. She take a shower because tomorrow has English classes. What is the correct answer? Must or have to? Okay, you have to do this with the rest of the sentences. Sentence number 3, number 4, and number 5. Remember, you have to use must or have to. Exercise number 2. Complete the following sentences with the correct answer. Number 1. I must or have to be at school early tomorrow. The principal wants to speak to me. Number 2. I'll probably must or have to take a taxi to school tomorrow. I can't be late. Number 3 and number 4 and number 5, they are the same. You have to complete the blank space with must or have to. Exercise number 3. Use must or have to in the following sentences. Today, I must or have to finish my geography project. Number 2. She will must or have to listen to music if she doesn't want to get bored. Number 3. The teacher must or have to get here soon as he can. Number 4. Do you have or do you must study next weekend? Number 5. I really must or I really have to remember to post that email before 5 o'clock. You have to complete the blank of the space with must or have to. Exercise number 4. Write sentences using must, mustn't, have to, or don't have to. For example, I have to go to school tomorrow because I have my final exam. Yo tengo que ir a la escuela mañana porque tengo mi examen final. Okay? In this case, it's an external obligation that came from the school because I have to take a final exam. Right now, you have to write 5 sentences, okay, using must, mustn't, have to, or don't have to. So remember, You use must for an obligation, mustn't for a prohibition, have to, an obligation that came from an external power, or don't have to is an obligation that you don't have to do something. Okay, so please try to do it, and I hope to like this class for today, and see you later for the next time.